Nityānanda Prabhu, Baladeva, Lord Balarāma, Kṛṣṇa, Balarāma, Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma. So on this day, the elder brother of Sri Krishna from Goloka, he manifested his divine form as Śrī Nityānanda in the village known as Ekachakra. It is something like 100 kilometers from Mayapur. Mayapur is the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's divine appearance. Well, Baladeva, he is the spiritual strength, potency of Krishna. Balarāma, Baladeva-Balarāma. The first manifestation of Krishna in terms of Purusha, that is Baladeva. The other side, Prakriti, that is Radharani, Radha Krishna. But in the Purusha side, Baladeva. From Baladeva, Shankarshan. From Baladeva, the Chatur Vyuha. From the Chatur Vyuha, also then Shankarshan again, then Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Kirodakshai Vishnu. Kirodakshai Vishnu is the Lord who maintains the universe, situated in every atom. The Lord in the heart of all things and all beings. Kirodakshai Vishnu. This is coming from Baladeva, Balarāma. So that Lord, he appeared in Chaitanya Leela as Nityānanda Prabhu. That is about 5,000 years or so after Krishna Leela. And Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, with his special mood of devotion, the mood of Vraj, the mood of Vṛndāvana. In every yuga, the Supreme Lord appears. In every Dwapara Yuga, Krishna appears. There are 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali Yuga. In every yuga, the Supreme Lord appears in different incarnations. In Dwapara Yuga, the Krishna avatar appears. In one day of Brahma, there are over 1,000 Dwapara Yugas. In one day of Brahma. Brahma has a year of some 365 days. He lives 100 years. But in one day of Brahma, there are over 1,000 Dwapara Yugas. And in every Dwapara Yuga, Krishna comes. But in one of those Dwapara Yugas only, Krishna of Goloka Vṛndāvana comes. And in all the other times, Krishna of Vaikuṇṭha comes. Narayan, he comes. Some people call that as the Kesha avatar. Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma, they came up from the white hair and black hair of the chest of Narayan. He threw to the world, Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma. But the Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma that we're speaking of today is a different Kṛṣṇa and Balarāma. That is from Goloka. Only once in a day of Brahma, Krishna, Nandikishore, Nandanandana, Vraja Vraja Krishna. Once in a day of Brahma he comes. And that Krishna is the source of all the avatars. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. And that Krishna's elder brother in divine Leela, Balaram and Nityānanda. Do you follow? So, it is very rare when Krishna comes. So 5,000 years ago, at the close of Dwapara Yuga, Krishna came from Vṛndāvana. And now, this 4,500 years later, Mahaprabhu came. And he showed devotion of Vraj, devotion of Vṛndāvana, the highest standard of devotion, sweet devotion. Devotion is always sweet, but the devotion in Vṛndāvana, it is still sweeter still. Madhuram, madhuram, madhuram. It is sweet, sweet, sweet devotion. It is where the living being is drawn in an intimate relationship with the Supreme Lord. In one of friendship, in one of frolic, friendly behavior, friendly dealings. It is one where God is seen as Son, not as Father. We have heard God as Father. Oh, Father, give us this. Oh, Father, give us that. Generally around the world, people pray to God as the Supreme Father. The Supreme Father is an order supplier, He is a protector, He is a giver, He is a provider. But in Vrindavan, Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Son. Sonhood of God, Godhead, sonhood. They have relation with the Supreme Lord as son. He is their son. And lover is also there. Those who are lovers of God. But either friend, either servant, either parent or lover, in that world it is quite different than here. You have friend, you have mother, father, you may have lover, so many things here. But all those things are very, very limited, and they're very tinged with selfishness. Parents want to control the children to the extreme sometimes, not even to allow them to take up spiritual life. Or friends are our friends, so long as money is in good stock. Even sometimes the family will reject us if we are poverty-stricken. There are many examples that friendships, love, all these things, they are covered with some degree of selfishness in this world. But in the spiritual world, the first qualification is no selfishness. There are no selfish dealings there between the Lord and His devotees, or between the devotees and the devotees. No selfishness is there. No exploitation is there. So, in Vrindavan, Kṛṣṇa draws the living entities into His close embrace as friends, as parents, or also as servant, all are servant, as lover, very close, very sweet embrace. So what is that type of devotion Mahaprabhu came in that mood? That devotion, selfless devotion of Vrindavan, sweet devotion of Vrindavan. It is categorically superior to devotion in Vaikuṇṭha. Devotion in Vaikuṇṭha is in mood of awe and reverence. Awe and reverence. Awe and reverence means some nervousness must be there. If we have awe and reverence, some nervousness is there. In awe and reverence. If you stand before a very famous person, the king, the head of state somewhere, a very great person, maybe some nervousness. You hold them in such awe and respect. Now you please come sit here. Oh, no, I could not sit there. You are such a great person, I cannot sit by your side. So much respect creates a distance. So Vrindavan, the Vrindavan devotion is where that line is crossed. And we are taken to sometimes sit in the same place with Kṛṣṇa, in a very close relationship. Kṛṣṇa is sometimes sitting on the lap of his mother. He's sometimes climbing on the shoulder of his friends, and sometimes his friends are climbing on his shoulder. That awe and reverence is absent. And what has taken its place is not irreverentiality or disrespect, but love. Love has captured the position of reverence. When reverence is there, love is in the second position. We're revering that person because we love them. We're revering God because we love Him. But when love conquers all, reverence retires. Who will beat God? Who will beat Him? His mother, naturally. Mother Yasoda will chase Kṛṣṇa as if to beat him and give him a lesson with a stick. That is only possible when love has conquered all. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is Kṛṣṇa himself, and he came to teach how to conquer the Supreme Lord with love. Love conquers all. The highest thing there is love. Now how we will get that love? How we will get that love? Pure love. Love for Kṛṣṇa. How we will conquer God with love. He has come to teach us that. And so today's function is a step within that process. This is the initiation function. That is called Diksha. Harinam Diksha, Mantra Diksha, Sannyas Diksha. 3 types of Diksha initiations are taking place. That is part of that process. How we will develop pure love for Kṛṣṇa. How we will capture him with our love. There is process given for that. Material life is a diseased condition of the soul. Just like if you have any disease, physically or mentally, you'll go where? To a hospital? After reaching the hospital, you are fancy and well? No. You are now a patient. And under the expert guidance of the doctor, proper diet, medicine, then what happens? You regain your health. When you have regained your health, then you are released, and you are not a patient anymore. So, material life is a disease condition of the soul. It is not naturally, it is not necessary. There is life eternal. That is called Vaikuṇṭha, Goloka Vaikuṇṭha. It is going on eternally. Always has been, always will be. It is not, the material world is actually not a necessity of the soul. The soul may live independent of matter, but matter cannot show us anything wonderful without the presence of soul and supersoul. Matter is dependent on spirit. Spirit is not dependent on matter. Life does not come from matter. Matter comes from life. Just like we see, living beings give birth to other living beings. Some plants, you analyze everything in the plant. I believe orange is one such example. You analyze everything in the plant, and then it produces another element that is not part of its constitution. You see, life gives birth to matter, not fossils, not monkeys, not evolution. Life does not come from matter. Life comes from life. When there is life, then further life may be shown. So the soul may live independent of this material world, but not in some nirvises Brahma, some formless place floating in the sky like a particle of dust. Not that type of matter-free world. There is another plane of reality. It is quite similar to this one as meets the eye. As it is also said in some religions, God created man and woman in his own image. He has an image. He has a form. He has a personal beauty. He has all these things divine, and he has a village that he lives in also. He has a town, a village, and life there is eternal. Every atom of that place is infinite. Every atom of this place, it is finite. We're all crowded in here around this ceremony today. But if this were any place in the spiritual world proper, then there would be no crowding. Although a simple pavilion, infinite space. You know what infinite space means? I don't, but I have some vague idea. Between two atoms of infinite space, all the finite worlds could be put. Infinite is not really big. It's just really bigger than that. It's the biggest. What is eternity? It's not a long time. It's no time. Time means past, present, and future. So, no time. Generally we think, oh, eternity, that's a long time. No, no time. So it is quite different, but it is not formless. It is vigraha. It has form. And the supreme form, Satchidananda Vigraha, that is Krishna. So, this is part of the process by which the soul may come to live matter-free. That is actually the purpose in human life. And all other animal species, birds, and all other forms of life, they're concerned with their material necessities. Even the plant world, the fish world, every species of life simply concerned with material necessities. If plant gets water and sun, it is happy. That's all. It is satisfied. If fish get insects, something to eat, frog, so on, a snake gets a frog, it's satisfied. Simply to fill the belly, most species of life, they are satisfied. That is called Annamaya. They have consciousness only of eating, you see, Annamaya. Then they have, to some extent, prāṇamaya, means they understand their security, their body. But many species of life, they don't even understand that. They don't even know enough to run. They have no fear. Small species of life. Only they're looking for food. And you are the big man and you stand in front of the small insect, he doesn't run away. He is not afraid of you. He has no, called prāṇamaya. He has no consciousness that any harm can come to him. the life of an insect, in many cases like that. Then, Annamaya, prāṇamaya, manomaya. Some living beings have minds. Many animals, many birds, they have a mind also. Listen to them talk. They have a language also. They're talking. I see, that was not the bird, that is the chipmunk. They're also talking. They have a language. But their language is very limited also. They're not discussing, oh, nice initiation function is taking place, nice kirtan. They're not talking about that. Simply one is seeing the cat. He's telling, the cat is coming. No? The cat is looking to eat the chipmunk. They have mind and they have a language, but it only deals with those lower things. Then the higher form of life comes to the stage of consciousness called jñānamaya. Jñānamaya, and that is mostly us human people. Jñānamaya, in all the civilized cultures of the world, we find jñānamaya, there is interest in knowledge. And that is expressed in language and music and art and singing and dancing and science and computers and so many things, knowledge. Study, 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 learn, 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 culture, culture, and culture. But still we fight with each other like cats and dogs. All over the world, although people were very learned, in many ways more than any previous time in history, we're learning and advanced, but we're fighting with each other like cats and dogs. So, superior to the knowledge of this world that basically still renders one no better than a cat and a dog, is called vijñānamaya. Vijñānamaya means realization. And realization begins here. There is another life. There is a life worth living, far superior to anything we have come to know in this world. There is a superior world, an eternal world. The infinite spiritual sky, Vaikuṇṭha, it is there. God is there. I am his eternal servant. My place is there. All these types of things. This comes in vijñānamaya. Realization which goes beyond this world. But that is also not the final stage of consciousness. Final state of consciousness is called ānandamaya. Ānandamaya. You must get it. You must actually have it. You are pleasure seeking in the last, in the beginning, middle, and the end. Actually, you're looking for pleasure. You know so many things, but you can't have them. And you may know, oh, he is there, he is supreme, I am his servant. You have some higher realization. This world is mud only, dirt only. There is a spiritual world. Everything there is eternal, and so forth. But you have to come to that platform. That is called ānandamaya. Ananda. Ananda means supreme bliss, supreme fulfillment, supreme satisfaction. And that is found only in love. Prema pumarto mahan. The ultimate goal is love. In a relation with the Supreme Lord in love, then the highest fulfillment, then Ananda is found. Not in merging with the Supreme, not in merging with Him, but merging in a love relationship with the Supreme. Then fulfillment, then Ananda. Ānandamaya, the outside, the highest plane of consciousness comes. A human form of life is not meant for cultivating those lower things. Annamaya, the first one, you are born with it. You cry for food. It is a feeling. You don't remember it anymore. It was a feeling in your very center. And it demanded something. Mother's milk and food. Annamaya. Now it is basmati and so many things. Still it is with us. Annamaya. It is here. Then prāṇamaya, we understand. Any family people here, if you have raised little children, you have seen them discover their own hands and feet. First, Annamaya, cry for food, then they discover their hands and feet, they discover they have a body, and then they grow up. Realization is the simple way of putting it. So, Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, they have come out to the world. In the words of our guardian, Śrī Goswami Maharaj, he told, Gaura-Nityānanda have come to your door. They have knocked on your door. They have gone door to door. And they have requested, please take the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. Please take this holy name of Kṛṣṇa. There is nothing to pay for that. just free to everything. Please take the holy name of Krishna. Through the holy name of Krishna, you may bring about the highest fulfillment of life. You may bring about the highest success in your life. Through the holy name of Krishna. The holy name of Krishna. It is none different than Krishna himself. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But we may consider it as just like anything else. There are so many names are there. Huh? Just like in the river, there are so many stones. Huh? Which ones have value? Huh? Only the gemologist, he knows. Huh? The boys will come with so many shining stones. So many nice colors are there. But which ones have value? Huh? Only one who knows the science of mineralogy. He knows which ones have value. You could tell the boys, oh, there are diamonds. Diamonds in the river. Then you could throw so many rhinestones and nicely shining pieces of glass in the river, and they will come running. Oh, Maharaj, look, diamond, diamond, diamond. But there is test of diamond. There is test of diamond. Shining is one of its qualities. Huh? But there is test more than shining. All that glitters is not gold, they say. Do you know? So many people say, oh, there are many mantras. Take this mantra, take this. Many mantras, they will give self-realization. There is test in that also. And all mantras, although there may be many mantras, all are not equal. It is said there is nothing equal to the holy name of Krishna. There is no mantra equal to this mantra. It is called Maha Mantra. So, Gaura-Nityānanda, they came in the world and they went door to door and they begged the people of that time and they requested people of all future times here in this Kali Yuga to take to the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. So, that is there in Harinam. Then, for those who have more interest in the culture of the holy name of Krishna, the mantra diksha, the assisting mantras known as Gayatri, they are offered. This is the system called Pañca-Saṁskāra. Because there are many of you here at different levels, from old members of the ashram to newcomers and visitors, I'm just telling many different things at different points for your interest and benefit. This is part of the system, Pañca-Saṁskāra. Pañca-Saṁskāra is a purification process. It begins with tapa. Tapa means control, austerities. Tapa. We perform tapasyas. What is that? No eating meat, fish, and eggs, no intoxication, no illicit activities, no gambling. These are 4 tapasyas. Then after that, we go for many subtle tapasyas. Control of the mind, regulated living habits. This is called tapasya. Materialistic people, they don't practice tapasya. They have a saying, if it feels good, do it. Whatever is exciting to your senses, do it. In this way, they go down into material ignorance. They do not go up towards the spiritual sky. So, this Pañca-Saṁskāra first begins with tapa, regulation of the senses, control of the mind, and pure living. Then, the next stage is called Pundra. Pundra means this, tilak. Tilak. And these mudras, you see the sannyasis and some of the men and women, they have these signs. This is called mudra. It is in the name of Bhagavan. It is written. And it is placed with mantra, the name. This is to give purification to the body. It is mentioned in various scriptures of the world, not just in India, that the devotees of the Supreme Lord, they wear these mudras and they wear the name of the Lord on their body and on their forehead. Recently, someone informed me that even in the, what is that place? Even in the pyramids in Egypt, there are paintings on the wall. And some of those people are wearing Vaishnav tilaks. And it's called tilak. So, Pundra, that is called Pundra. Then Nama. Third stage is called Nama. Nama means 2 things. It means the holy name of Krishna and to receive a spiritual name, which has with it one's intrinsic identity. Now you are named at your birth by some astrological calculation, or your mother went through the phone book and picked a nice name like Bob or Jim, or something like that. But from the moment we shout your name, you relate that name in your body. Who I am. I am this body. I am thinking I am this body. That is material life. Everyone born has to think that way. There's no second choice in the matter. Everyone born thinks that. So, someone is shouting our name and we are, yes, that is me. I am that man. I am that woman, you see. I am this. So, in spiritual life, we are not this body. We are spirit, soul, and we belong to someone. We belong to Him. We are His. We are His servant. Jiva Swarupoy Nitya Kṛṣṇa Das. The eternal identity of all living beings is Kṛṣṇa Das. So, in the third stage of Pañca-Saṁskāra, Nama, we take up the chanting of the holy name and we receive a name from our Guru with the suffix Das or Dasi. Das means for the men, Dasi for the ladies. It is the same, it means servant. We are Kṛṣṇa Das. We are Nandakishore Das. A name of the Lord or name, divine name is taken of the Lord's devotees, and Das. If you can be servant of Krishna, that is first class. And if you can be servant of Krishna's devotees, it is first class, better than that. Better than directly serving the Supreme is to serve the Supreme's servants. Those who are dear to Krishna, those who are dear to God, if we serve them, we will gain more merit. Actually, we will get more benefit. Actually, we are in a superior position than direct service to Him. Service to the servant of the Supreme is so valuable that the Supreme Lord Himself often disguises Himself, cloaks His identity as the Supreme Lord, and Himself, He goes and He performs the service to the devotees, the servants of God. Even in Krishna Lila it is shown. But particularly that is Chaitanya Lila. The Supreme Lord, but in the dress of a servant, He comes. Chanting the name and showing us how to serve the Supreme. So in Nama, we begin the chanting of the holy name and we receive a name of Kṛṣṇa Das or a name of Krishna's servant Das or Dasi. Do you follow? Then when there is some development, then we are given those mantras which are the secret mantras of the Sampradaya. Those mantras which are to help us in a particular quality of divine service. These mantras come from the flute of Krishna. As I explained to those persons who took the mantras this morning earlier, the sound of Krishna's flute entered this universe and then it manifested as the mantras for Diksha mantras. In the spiritual world, when Krishna wants to perform his leelas, he orchestrates everything with his flute, just like the conductor orchestrates the symphony orchestra with a wand in his hand. So Krishna, he plays his flute, and the sound of that flute gives impetus to the Vatsalya Ras. Oh, Krishna is coming from the field. Make dinner ready. Another type of sound is played. Krishna, my friend, he's coming with his cows. Soon we will meet. Another type of sound from that flute, the lovers of Krishna, the gopis, the cowherd girls, they're inspired by that flute. The all-conducting agent is the flute of Krishna. And that flute entered this world and manifests as so many mantras for mantra diksha. And those who take these mantras in meditation, they will find that they are being drawn towards a particular quality of love and service to Krishna. And that's the fourth stage, mantra. And then the fifth stage is called yaga. Yaga means pujas, the worship of the deity, archana. After taking the mantras, then we may enter the Garbhagudi and we may learn to do so many things. There we will dress Krishna. There we are bathing Krishna. There we are feeding Kṛṣṇa his lunch, all in preparation for that fine day when Kṛṣṇa may call you, come to my lunch and bring your tiffin. I'd like to see what is in your tiffin. And you would say, but I don't know how I will go there. I don't know anybody there. Everything arranged. So much so that when going to the abode of Kṛṣṇa, one feels, at last I'm home. Just like sometimes we visit some house of somebody and they're so nice to us. They're so kind to us. We feel it's just like home, isn't it? Or we sometimes go somewhere like a hotel and it never feels like home. No matter how much we pay, no matter how much they serve, something's lacking. Because it's all by money. Hotel can never feel like home. But another person's home, if love is there, then that may feel like home, you see. It may even feel sweeter than our own home, for some reason. Love may be stronger there. No love is stronger than the love that he has for his servants. And that is reciprocated the love that they have for him. So, when entering the home environment, we have many necessities, and there, Yogamaya, Yogamaya, the divine energy of Kṛṣṇa, is making all arrangements for the service of Kṛṣṇa and for Kṛṣṇa's reciprocation of love with his devotees, Yogamaya. Yogamaya, the divine potency. Just like there was fog just a short while ago. We are helpless. What can we do against the fog? The fog may hang. You cannot dispel the fog with your flashlight. You can light a fire somewhere and dispel the fog? No. So when the sun comes, automatically the fog just goes away, doesn't it? The Yogamaya is like the sun, a little bit like the sun. Automatically, so many things are done in the presence of the sun. You follow the example? So, Yogamaya arranges for all the paraphernalia to serve the Supreme Lord, and all the paraphernalia for the Supreme Lord to reciprocate that with his devotees. So we come, in serving in the temple, you come in the closest proximity to your eternal life, there, in that building. Because there, you come in front of the form of Kṛṣṇa. And you then get to do things for the deity, which are very similar to those things which are being done daily, on a daily basis in eternity. They're offering Kṛṣṇa lunch, they're doing various services very, very close to Kṛṣṇa. Mother Yasoda is dressing Kṛṣṇa. And we're also dressing Kṛṣṇa. That is called archan. And all these things, the holy name, the mantras, the archana, and taking the Lord's prasadam, associating with the Lord's devotees, all these things are absorbing us in consciousness, a particular plane of consciousness. And at the end, and there is an end, everyone, every man, woman, and child on the face of the earth, all in the past, all at present, all in the future, everyone has to face the inevitable death, the end of this life as we know it. The utter destruction of this body. The body will fall down and become ashes in the fire or dust in the dirt. One of the two. But consciousness moves on. The only question is, where does it move on to? Where does it go? Well, according to our sacred Vedic literatures, consciousness, which has only absorbed itself in this world, just moves on to another place in this world. For better or for worse. Maybe one, maybe the other. Depends. People absorb themselves in the lower plane of material consciousness, then when life is over, they will glide downwards into some darker or unenlightened species of existence. Those who absorb themselves in spiritual life, in holy literatures and thought and sound and things divine, they will move on towards the divine. And those who absorb themselves in Kṛṣṇa, they will move towards Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa says, whatever you remember at the time of life, whatever you remember, you attain to that nature. So that may be a dramatic time, the end of life, at the end of life. Right? So some of our acharyas have commented that if you devote your living life to Kṛṣṇa, in devotion, you don't have to worry about what you might remember at the end of life, or might not be able to remember. You may be disturbed. Your mind may be disturbed because there's some pain this body is not a friendly friend we have. It is always giving us pain. Or in that moment, maybe one cannot remember Krishna, but you are protected. You are safe-guided. How? I have given my life to you. I have spent my life in service to you. This will not be forgotten. This will not be forgotten. And the Supreme Lord will come to take his servant to him. So, the life of devotion is being recommended, and to help us be aloof from this material world, this Pañca-Saṁskāra, mantra, initiation, all these things are being offered. But these things are not the goal. Some people think the goal is I will get beads from Guruji, I will get this, I will be a sannyasi, then I will have what? Respectability in society and all these things. No. All these things are no more significant than ash, unless we progress to the goal, which is love of Krishna. If I have been a brahmachari, a grihasta, I've raised a perfect family, or I've been a perfect celibate, or I'm a great scholar, all these things, in the end, if I have not moved towards love of Krishna, then it is all waste. It is all waste. So, it is not expected that that will happen, but I'm just pointing as a reminder. Remember, there is a goal in all of this. There is a goal in this life. There is a goal in your chanting. There is a goal in your studies. There is a goal in your service and your duties. And that is to please him and to love him, to love God, to love Krishna. Prema Pumartha Mahan. Mahaprabhu told like that. So those are a few words on the holy subject of initiation and those things related. Go Premanandi.